When a woman is sexually attracted to you, she doesn't always say it. Most times she won't say it, but she'll show it. And if you're the kind of man who pays attention, not just to what's spoken, but to what's felt, you'll catch it in the way she starts to expand in your presence. I'm not talking about grand declarations or cheesy pickup lines. I'm talking about the real signs, the kind that leak through when a woman's guard is down and her desire is up. See, when a woman's into you, she stops trying to be appropriate. She stops trying to impress you in the traditional sense. She's not calculating every move anymore. Something inside her wants to be seen, wants to be felt, and most of all, wants to feel you. That's when you'll notice her behavior shift. She starts showing more of herself. The volume of her laugh increases, not because the joke was that funny, but because you said it. Her presence gets louder, not with words, but with energy. She takes up more space in your world, sits closer, touches her hair more, leans in when you speak. She's breaking the invisible barrier that most women maintain around me they feel nothing for. If a woman is sitting stiff, barely looking at you, answering in one-word responses, that's not mystery, that's distance. But when she's laughing louder than usual, teasing more boldly, showing sides of her personality you didn't even ask for, that's expression without inhibition. That's raw interest trying to find a home. Now don't get it twisted. This ain't about being fake or forcing it. This isn't about her putting on a show. In fact, it's the opposite. It's about her letting go, dropping the mask. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, her body, her vibe, her frequency start to shift. She opens herself up to be felt. She lets her feminine energy breathe. That means the way she moves around you becomes different. Softer, slower, more sensual. Even if she's not fully conscious of it, her gaze lingers longer. Her smile stretches wider. Her touch, if it happens, lasts just a second more than necessary. And don't ignore those casual touches on your arm, your shoulder, the back of your neck. Women do that with men they aren't drawn to. If she's touching you, she's tasting comfort, she's tasting safety, and she's testing chemistry. You'll also notice something else: her excuses to be around you multiply. She doesn't need a reason anymore. She makes them up. She starts appearing in places she wouldn't normally be. She sends texts that don't really ask anything, they just keep the thread going. She asks you questions she already knows the answer to, just to pull your voice out of you. She orbits. Not close enough to make the first move, but close enough to be caught if you do. And that's the secret right there. She's not chasing, she's choosing. Choosing to be seen, choosing to be near you. Make space for your presence. Understand this: a woman who's sexually attracted to you may not announce it, but she will always express it in some way. Maybe in her boldness, maybe in her vulnerability, maybe in the way she looks at you like she's undressing more than your clothes. She's trying to undress your mind, your confidence, your masculinity. She's trying to feel it. And the more she feels it, the more she allows herself to be herself around you. That's the ultimate sign. When a woman stops performing and starts being, when she gives herself permission to be fully her around you, she's not just interested, she's drawn. And that kind of attraction is never quiet. You just got to be the kind of man who listens without needing a word. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, she will find reasons to be near you, even when logic says she doesn't have to. She starts showing up in your orbit in ways that don't always make sense on the surface, but if you zoom out just a little, you'll realizing none of it is accidental. She makes random appearances. She's suddenly a regular at the coffee shop you go to. She asks you for help with something you know she could easily Googled or asked someone else. That's not coincidence, that's curated closeness. Her desire needs space to breathe, and proximity is the first stage. She's not going to chase you down. That's not how feminine energy works, but she will move herself into your world. Subtly, gracefully, and often with just enough deniability that if you called her out on it, she could laugh and play it off. But don't be fooled. She's there because of you. And when she's there, her whole demeanor shifts, her vibe gets soft, her eyes scan more, her voice adjusts its pitch, slows its cadence. She doesn't just stand near you, she tunes into you. That's the part most men miss. They think it's just nice or friendly, but what they don't realize is that attention is attraction's handshake. When a woman really wants you, she listens differently. She responds with more warmth, more curiosity. She asks questions that dig into who you are, not just what you do. And every time she does, she's gathering data, not just about your life, about your masculine frequency. Are you firm in yourself? Do you own your space? Can you hold tension? Can you handle her fire if she turns it all the way up? Because make no mistake, she's not just hanging around to pass time. She's feeling for alignment. And if she keeps returning, it means something in you is pulling her. That pull is not random. It's biological. It's energetic. And it's deeply rooted in how safe, desired, and excited she feels in your presence. But there's another layer. When a woman's attraction deepens, she doesn't just orbit. You start to notice how she matches you. This is where the mirroring begins, but not in an obvious or artificial way. It's instinctive. You lean back in your chair. She leans forward, closing the gap. You speak with calm certainty. She mirrors that calm with a soft gaze. You bring humor into the conversation. She matches it with laughter and playfulness. This is not mimicry. This is her sensing to your rhythm. And she only does this when your energy stirs something in her. She starts to echo your pace, your tone, your posture, because her nervous system is recognizing comfort and her attraction is begging for resonance. This is when things go beyond physical. It's when her body says, "I like you," before her words ever do. It's in the way she mirrors your expressions, how her smile reflects yours a split second after it shows up. It's unconscious alignment. It's energy folding into energy. And when that happens, it's no longer about attraction, it's about chemistry. She doesn't do that with everyone. She doesn't match just anybody. She only does it with a man she's drawn to on a deeper level. A man who carries himself like he knows who he is. A man who doesn't need to prove anything, but who radiates presence in every move. And that's the key. When she senses that energy, she starts to show hers. She starts to reveal more. And before she even says a word about how she feels, she's already said everything through her vibe, her behavior, her consistency. You don't need a confession. Her actions already spoke. You just need to be awake enough to recognize the language. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, one of the most undeniable signals comes through her eyes. Eyes don't lie, and hers will tell you everything if you know how to read them. She'll look at you longer than necessary, not in a creepy locked stare, but in a way that's soft, lingering, and curious. She's scanning not just what you look like, but what you carry. There's a different weight in the eyes of a woman who wants you. You'll see it when she glances, looks away, then finds a reason to look again. You'll catch it in the way her pupils slightly dilate when you speak with confidence. You'll notice it in that playful, side-eye glance she throws when you say something bold. Her eyes become the first place her desire leaks through because her words haven't caught up to the emotion yet. And even if she's shy or reserved, her gaze will slip. Attraction makes people transparent, whether they intend to be or not. That's why the eyes are such a giveaway. They operate outside the filters of logic and strategy. They're primal. They lock onto what the body craves. And if she keeps returning to you with those eyes, not just passing by, but coming back to look again, that's not coincidence. That's nature. Then comes the testing. A woman who is attracted to you on a deeper level doesn't just sit and soak up your energy. She wants to feel its strength. She wants to know what kind of man she's dealing with. That's when the tests start. She might playfully challenge your ideas. She might tease you or lightly mock something about you, not to insult you, but to see how you carry yourself under friction. Do you break? Do you get defensive? Or do you remain grounded, unshaken, composed? That tells her everything. She's not looking for perfection. She's looking for polarity. Feminine energy is drawn to masculine energy that doesn't fold under pressure. So she'll apply just a little, a verbal nudge, a disagreement with a smirk, a question designed to knock you off balance. She's trying to stir your masculine essence to the surface. The kind of woman who desires you doesn't want to just be entertained. She wants to feel your depth, your patience, your ability to hold the moment without needing to dominate it. And every time she presses, she's hoping you don't flinch. Not because she wants to fight, but because she wants to feel safe in your strength. As that attraction builds, her feminine energy starts to show itself more freely. She becomes lighter in your presence. Her movements have more fluidity. Her gestures become more expressive. Her laugh flows out without restraint. There's a certain softness she allows to rise when she's around a man who awakens that feminine essence in her. This isn't about being submissive or controlled. It's about her feeling comfortable enough to relax into her true self. You'll notice she stops trying to be overly independent or guarded. She lets her sensuality leak into her body language, even if she's not aware she's doing it. The way she crosses her legs, tilts her head, brushes her hair, all of it becomes more rhythmic, more responsive to you. Her femininity is not something she performs. It's something she unlocks in your presence. And when she does that, it's not just desire. It's trust. She trusts you to see her. She trusts you to hold the energy she's bringing. She's showing you her most natural, unfiltered self. That's not something women do with just anyone. That's not casual. That's not for fun. That's her body saying, I feel good here. I feel something here. I want more of this. And the moment you recognize it, everything changes. You realize it was never about chasing her. It was about noticing her showing up. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, one of the first things you'll notice is how her presence begins to shift around you. It's not something she necessarily does consciously. It's instinctive. She becomes more expressive, more vivid, more there. The version of her that's relaxed, playful, and even a little bold starts to emerge. You'll catch it in the way she suddenly shares more stories, talks more with her hands, laughs at things that aren't even that funny, because your energy is making her feel alive. Women don't show that side to men they're indifferent to. They save that energy for men who activate something inside of them. And once that energy is lit, it's hard to miss. Her body leans closer, her posture shifts. Her eyes widen slightly when you enter the room. She doesn't fade into the background. She glows in front of you, and all of it is a signal. Her presence is saying, I feel safe here. I feel walked. I want to be seen. That's when she begins to ends in the interaction with more intention. You'll notice she starts asking you more thoughtful questions, not surface level stuff. She's probing deeper, trying to get a sense of who are under the surface. She's listening, not just to your answers, but to your energy. She wants to know how you risk challenged, how you react when admired, how you handle being the center of her attention. Because that's what she's offering you, her attention. And it's not scattered or random. It's deliberate, focused. She's studying you, but not in a calculated way. It's intuitive. Feminine energy has a way of sensing whether a man is worthy of deeper emotional and physical engagement. She's reading your tone, your timing, your stillness, your edge. And if you feel her tuning in more as you speak, nodding slowly, matching your energy, it's because she's sensing with you. That's not just interest. That's attraction taking root. Along with that attention comes an undeniable shift in her behavior. She gets more tactile, more expressive with her body. She touches her hair more. She fidgets with jewelry. She adjusts her clothes, not for modesty, but for presentation. It's her way of showing that she cares how she looks in front of you. And if you're paying close attention, you'll notice how often her body is angled toward you. Her knees, her shoulders, her feet, subtle signs that she's drawn to your gravitational pull. And if she finds reasons to touch you, even in the smallest ways, a light tap on your arm when she laughs, a playful shove when you joke, that's not meaningless. That's a woman testing how you respond to her physical energy. And that test is everything. She's looking to feel what's beneath your exterior, because touch for her isn't just contact, it's connection. And the more she does it, the more she's letting her desire express itself in the only language it feels safe using in public movement. But maybe the most powerful thing she does is this. She starts to soften. Her edges smooth out around you. Her guard drops. You'll sense it in the pauses between words, in the way she doesn't rush to fill silence. She becomes more reflective, more emotionally transparent. That softness isn't weakness. It's her feminine energy trusting your masculine energy enough to let go. She's no longer trying to control the situation. She's letting it unfold. She's letting you lead. That doesn't mean she's giving you everything. It means she's open to giving. That's a sacred signal. That's not surface level attraction. That's her being drawn to who you are at your core. And once you see that softness emerge, once she's calm, playful, present, and herself in front of you, that's when you know she's not performing. She's revealing. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, she doesn't need to make a grand statement. You'll feel it in the atmosphere she creates around you. It's the subtle shift in how she engages, how she shows up, and how she lets her feminine energy unfold. One of the clearest signs is her receptivity. She listens with her whole body. Her attention becomes undivided. When you speak, she doesn't just hear the words. She feels the tone, the presence, the authority behind them. She makes space for your voice, not because she's passive, but because something in her wants to absorb more of you. Her attraction puts her in a receptive state, and when a woman is in that state, she starts responding to your presence even without trying. That's when the silence between the two of you becomes magnetic. She doesn't rush to fill it. She waits, watches, breathes. That pause, that stillness is her body opening. And when a woman opens up like that, it's not random. It's deeply instinctual. It means her nervous system feels safe and stimulated by your presence at the same time. As the attraction deepens, her responses become more emotionally charged. You'll notice that she becomes more sensitive to your energy, your mood, your tone, your decisions. A compliment from you doesn't land the same way as from anyone else. It lingers. It affects her. If you joke with her, she reacts with heightened emotion, either leaning into the playfulness or teasing you right back, just to create that push-pull tension. Attraction creates an emotional echo. What you say doesn't just bounce off her. It stays. It triggers feelings, curiosity, anticipation. She starts to imagine what your world feels like, what it would be like to be wrapped in it, led by it, devoured by it. And that's where the emotional exposure begins. She tells you things she didn't plan to share. She opens doors into her past, her dreams, her insecurities. Not because she's trying to impress you, but because her body and heart are starting to trust you. That kind of emotional reveal is a woman's way of deepening the intimacy. It's her quiet way of saying, I want to be known. Another unmistakable sign, she starts amplifying her sensuality, not in an exaggerated or performative way, but in how she allows her body to flow in your presence. The way she walks around you becomes more fluid. Her voice softens. Her lips linger on certain words. Her scent becomes more intentional. She may not even be fully aware she's doing it, but when a woman is aroused by a man, her body naturally shifts into expression. Her skin becomes more reactive, her posture more deliberate, her gestures more feminine. She's not trying to seduce you directly. She's radiating a kind of natural, effortless sensuality that only emerges when desire is present. Her body is speaking even when her mouth is silent. And if you're attuned, you'll recognize it not as an act, but as instinctual embodiment. Her sensuality is her invitation. The more attracted she becomes, the more she begins to prioritize you. You'll notice how she adjusts her schedule to see you, how she responds faster to your messages, how she becomes more available without ever saying she's trying. She finds ways to make room for you in her life. She makes it easy for you to lead. That's not needness, it's alignment. Her effort increases in proportion to the desire she feels. She might bring you small gifts, remember details you mentioned once, or send messages that show she's thinking about you in your absence. These are not random gestures. They're indicators that you've impacted her emotionally and physically. When a woman is truly drawn to you, she's not passive, she engages. She doesn't just wait. She welcomes. In everything she does, there's one message that keeps repeating itself. I want more of this. I want more of you. When a woman is sexually attracted to you, her entire nervous system becomes attuned to your presence. And one of the clearest signs is the way she starts to anticipate you. She picks up on your rhythms, when you usually show up, how you move, how you speak, and she begins sensing herself to that rhythm without even realizing it. It's not something she plans. It's a subconscious act of emotional alignment. If you speak in a calm, grounded tone, her voice softens to meet it. If you're intense, focused, and direct, her energy sharpens to match yours. That's not imitation, it's resonance. Her attraction causes her to vibrate at your frequency. You'll see it in her pacing, her reactions, the subtle timing of her laughter or her pause. And what's more, she starts to prepare for you before you even arrive. She adjusts her look, checks her posture, wears a fragrance that carries just enough heat to stir the air between you. Even if she doesn't say it, her preparation is her confession. You are affecting her. You are living in her thoughts. And when a woman starts preparing her presence like that, it's because her desire is no longer passive. It's active. This attraction shows up in the way she pays attention to the details of you. She notices things most people overlooked. Maybe it's how you gesture when you're deep in thought. Maybe it's the way you hold eye contact when you're making a point. She remembers what you ordered last time. She recalls your opinion on a topic you discussed weeks ago. That's not just a good memory, it's emotional prioritization. Women don't catalog those things for men they're not drawn to. They only do it for men who stir something deeper. And if you listen closely, you'll hear her referencing those details in ways that seem casual but are deeply personal. She's not just watching you, she's studying you, not because she's trying to figure you out, but because her body wants to understand what it's craving. Attraction makes her curious. It makes her attentive. And that kind of awareness is a powerful signal. You're no longer just a man in the room. You've become the center of the room, at least in her perception. Then comes the polarity play. When a woman is truly attracted to your masculine energy, she starts bringing her feminine contrast to the surface. You'll notice more playfulness, more mystery, more teasing. She might disagree with you just to feel the heat of the tension it creates. She'll push and pull, not to confuse you, but to dance with you. That's what sexual polarity is, Kel. A dance between opposing but complementary energies. She wants to feel your edge. She wants to feel that you won't collapse when she turns up the heat. So she flirts in ways that have teeth. She jokes with a spark in her eye. She challenges with a smile. And she does it all while hoping you'll stand firm in your truth. The dynamic is not chaos. It's chemistry. She's pulling on the thread of your masculinity to see what kind is behind the presence. And if she keeps engaging like that, it means something in her is hungry for more than surface level attention. Eventually, the emotional guard falls. The joke's quiet, the teasing slows, and she becomes real with you. She opens the curtain and lets you see behind it, not all at once, but enough to show she's serious. You'll feel it in the way she talks about what scares her, what hurt her, what she's still healing from. She'll speak it softly, carefully, like she's offering you something sacred. That vulnerability is not a performance. That's a woman saying, I trust you enough to let you see me unprotected. And that kind of exposure never happens without desire. It's her soul signaling what her body's already known. You've reached a part of her that most can't. Not through pressure, not through force, but through presence, through depth, through masculine clarity. And when that level of connection unfolds, her actions will echo with a clarity that words can't match. Because when a woman is sexually and emotionally drawn to you, she doesn't just tell you, she shows you in every breath, glance, and moment of stillness between you. Fellas, stop looking for signs written in noon. Start paying attention to the small shifts, because when a woman's attracted to you, she doesn't always say it, but she shows it, not in what she says, but in what she dares to do in front of you. The question is, are you awake enough to catch it? Want me to format this for video narration, reels, or a YouTube script?